In the last few years, the world of console gaming has been focused heavily on the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. However, the biggest issue both these consoles had ever since their launch was that nobody was able to get their hands on them. Obviously, post-pandemic, supply chains are improving and the likes of the PS5 are beginning to gather some momentum. But throughout all of this, the Nintendo Switch has quietly become the most successful home console Nintendo has ever produced. Back towards the end of July, the Switch became the third home console to achieve over 110 million units sold globally. The other two consoles were the PS4, which based on current trends, the Switch should eclipse very soon, and the PS2, which is the most successful gaming console of all time for both home and handheld devices. Considering the previous console, the Wii U, which didn't even outsell the GameCube or the Nintendo 64, it's incredible that the Switch is very likely going to become the second best-selling home console of all time. What's amazing is that despite the Switch being released 3 years before the next-gen consoles from Sony and Microsoft, the Switch continues to battle the other two consoles in generating new sales. Given the trajectory the Nintendo Switch is currently on, it's going to be pretty remarkable if the PS5 and Xbox Series consoles ever overtake the Switch in lifetime sales. So how has the Nintendo Switch become so popular? The most obvious reason why the Nintendo Switch is so popular is the first-party support from Nintendo. Now, first-party games for Nintendo consoles aren't new. Both Nintendo and Sony have always been in a league of their own when it comes to supporting their consoles with exclusive games. No offense, Xbox. But for Nintendo, well, it always helps when some of the best-selling gaming franchises of all time also happen to be franchises you own. For example, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has sold over 46 million copies on the Switch. Animal Crossing New Horizons has sold 39 million. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has sold 28 million copies. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 27 million. Pokemon Sword and Shield 24 million. Super Mario Odyssey 23 million. And Super Mario Party 18 million copies sold. When you buy a Nintendo console, you know straight away the core games that will be on offer, and given that they're all from Nintendo, it's so rare for these franchises to deliver duds. Now, you could argue that these are franchises Nintendo are always going to have a strong following for, and yes, you would be right in arguing that, but it doesn't take away from the fact that franchises such as The Legend of Zelda have seen an incredible amount of success on the Switch. With over 27 million copies sold now, it dwarfs the sales of previous entries such as The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, which sold under 8 million copies, and Ocarina of Time, which sold over 7 million copies. No matter what shape Nintendo's consoles come in, the gaming giant never misses in delivering fun games designed for its systems, which never hurts console sales. Now, with the obvious reason out of the way, it's time to tell you another obvious reason why the Switch is quietly breaking sales records. The Nintendo Switch is technically a hybrid between a home and a handheld console. Whilst the PS5 and the Xbox Series have focused on size and power, the Switch, in Nintendo fashion, went an entirely different route for its latest console offering. I mean, just look at the sheer size difference between the Switch in its holding dock compared to the PS5. Obviously, the priorities of the two consoles are radically different, but it's understandable why the Switch has a much larger reach than the PS5 currently. The Switch is focused on portability. Its whole MO is that you can pick up the Switch, meet up with friends, and all play together. Each device has two controllers attached to it, and whilst at times the portable controllers can be pretty fiddly and take some time getting used to, it offers a social connection that consoles haven't really achieved before. In one of my previous videos that talks about the need for a new PSP, it's incredible that Sony doesn't believe it can compete with mobile gaming when the Switch is doing exactly that. Nintendo has gone down this hybrid route that has wielded incredible success. Furthermore, given the reduced overhead cost for Nintendo to make these devices compared to Sony and Microsoft, and given the fact that they're 5 years old now, the Switch is significantly cheaper than its console competitors. In the UK, you're looking at spending over £500 if you want a brand new PS5. An Xbox Series X will probably set you back £450, however the Nintendo Switch is currently listed for around £240, with the OLED version available closer to the £300 mark. With the lead up to Christmas and with households looking to save money where possible, it wouldn't be surprising if the Switch really stormed ahead in sales towards the end of the year. Finally, the Nintendo Switch is simply a great console. It doesn't rely on raw power power and graphics as its USPs. Nintendo has expertly carved itself an audience where it has little to no competition. The console has a fantastic library of games, it's the best portable console of all time in my opinion, and more importantly, it's really just a lot of fun to pick up and play with friends. I haven't got a Switch, but man am I tempted to pick one up soon. For those that do have a Switch, comment down below what it is you like about it. Catch you in the next video, peace.